You are now listening to the TuckersDaily Podcast with your hosts, LJ and Tiffany Tucker, a house that is united unless we're talking football.
Yo. We're back.
We are back.
With another episode. So, this episode, we will be talking about team grades.
Team grade by division. Yes.
This one is a personal favorite of mine because this division has my favorite team in it.
The AFC West.
Yep, the AFC
And we're not going
West.
you know what? Why don't we just tell the people who your favorite team is?
Yes, so...
If you know him, you know this already.
So, when I was young, I grew up from Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
I like the Falcons. And Vic was very, very, very... like a legend here with Atlanta.
Yeah.
But that whole situation went down. He left. I kind of fell off with the Falcons. And around that time, I was playing Madden, and I played with the Broncos. And I followed the Broncos ever since I was yay high. And ever since then, I just followed them. And Denver Broncos has been my team since.
Yeah. It's funny how we all have to have such a long history and story behind fans because it gets heated, right? People are really much, who's your team? So, unpopular, I am a floater. I wouldn't say I'm a bandwagon because I don't hop on a team just when they're winning. I'm a floater, meaning, I guess I shouldn't say I'm a floater. I am just a commentator of all teams. I will say, I do have a spot in my heart for the Texans because I'm from Houston, so I want to see the city win a championship. But I don't know if I can say I'm a diehard fan for any team. I like to watch football. I like the NFL. I like to comment about different teams, different players. But I don't think I can say that I am going out and getting a woman cave and putting one particular team. If I was to get one, I would put multiple teams, good games that are played or good players that played. Yeah. And then, yes, I do rep the Texans because I rep my city, Houston. Yeah. And it's only right. That's where I'm from. Mm-hmm. I like what they've done this year. It's a love-hate relationship as every fan-based team is. But I do think I like what they've done this year. But, yeah, that's what I can say. I know a lot of people won't like that because people want you to have a team. But, I mean, hey, I'm a commentator. So I'm going to talk about your team. I'm going to talk about the Texans. I'm going to talk about everybody's team, okay? So no one's excused.
Yeah. I feel that. I like what the Texans are doing.
Yeah.
I like what the Mecca Ryans.
And I will give you Broncos, though. I want to make sure we say that. I say that. I also have a little spot for the Broncos just because my husband likes the Broncos. Yeah, but I do go in on them from time to time.
She does. But
okay.
I eat it up. It ain't no big deal. It's football.
Yeah.
But we're going to get into these grades because I'm dying to see what she grades some teams. I'm dying to see what she grades some teams. So I'm going to let her pick the first team she want to start off with.
Let's start with the Las Vegas Raiders.
Oh, Lord. Not
dun,
the
dun,
Raiders.
dun.
The Raiders.
They have highly upset us in this household. You hear me?
They have.
Yeah.
They have.
Yeah.
I know. It really hurt you because I think this guy was your...
Number one. Number one running back, Josh Jacobs. They done my boy dirty.
They did.
Okay?
They did. And it sucks. It sucks. This year for the running backs, it really sucks.
Yeah.
But him, being a Bronco fan, he has really given us problems.
Yeah.
Ever since he's been in the league.
Yeah.
Everybody would know to watch out for number 28.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's definitely a problem.
Yeah.
He's a problem. And I hate that they're not paying him. I hate that he's going through this situation. But, hey, Raiders, whoever up there y'all need to sign that man.
Yeah, and the thing is, what makes me so put off by this team is that this is a running back who is 50% of your offense.
Yes.
Literally.
Yes.
This is also a running back who has had 4 consecutive seasons where he's been consistent, getting over 1,000 yards each season. I think he only had one season where he had 800.
True.
Right. So how do you disrespect this man like this? He's 50% of your offense. Not only is he leading the charts in rushing out of any running back in the NFL, he's also making history and moving the chains for your own organization. Yeah. And you don't even treat him with respect and try to play him like that?
Yeah,
Come on.
I don't know. I hate it for running backs because they do the majority of the work. You know, a running back has to run the ball, catch the ball, and block.
Yeah.
And you figure you can't pay them the same amount of money you paying these receivers,
right?
These linemen.
They sometimes should. If your running back is 50% of the offense and you have just a mediocre quarterback, you should be paying your running back. I'm not even going to hold you because
right.
I mean, a lot of times when you have a workhorse running back like this, you also have a mediocre quarterback because the offense is really running through your running back at that time, you know? So I just feel like it's just crazy that they think that they can be something without him as if he wasn't 50% of their winning.
Mm-hmm.
Not even. He was probably 90% of their winning, but he's 50% of their offense. Come on.
Yeah. And I give credit to Devontae Adams, but nah, I like Josh Jacobs.
But the thing is, you know what? Devontae Adams can only do what is thrown to him, right? So he had like 13% touches or last season. So you can only really touch the ball as much as the quarterback can get the ball to you.
Yeah, that is
true.
A
running back, you're passing it to him. He's getting the ball. He's
handing the ball off
20 something touches, 20 or more touches a game.
That's why I feel they should get paid. Like I don't see why that is such a drop off when it comes to a running back.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like people's arguments are, he can be replaced. He can be replaced, but any person can be replaced.
If you ask me, I think a receiver is more replaceable than a running back.
I think so too.
Everybody can run and hit the hole and be explosive.
And be smart. I don't understand.
Run the route. And that's why I gave them a D. I gave the Raiders a D grade. Purely, see, I can't even talk. Purely off of the fact that they upset me with the whole Josh Jacobs thing. Yeah. They think that they are something without them. And this other little running back they had, what did you say about him?
He think he's something. I mean, he's getting his chance, but he's not Josh Jacobs.
Not Josh Jacobs. Not at all. So they got a D for me. I mean, I like that they have Peters. You know, I do like that they have Adams. Jimmy G, to me, is mediocre. He'll go in there and he'll throw it when it needs to be thrown, but he's not really making plays, you know? So it could be an A with Josh Jacobs, but without him, they're a D to me.
I gave him a C. And honestly, I gave him a C just because of the pass rush. I like Chandler Jones and Max Crosby.
Okay. All right. Well, moving on. Moving along. What
we got next?
Let's tackle the Chargers. The Los Angeles Chargers.
The Boats. Ugh.
Justin Herbert, the guy that you're not too convinced about.
I'm not. He's young.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, that is. I'm tripping. Yes, that is good. He's young. He is good. But, nah.
They have a lot over there. I gave them a B.
And surprisingly, I gave them, looking it up, I gave them A-.
Okay. You gave them A-. That's pretty interesting coming from you.
Because, yes, Justin Herbert.
That was tough, huh?
He's very tough. But I look at the scope of the team. Yeah. I can't knock them. They got a pretty good team. On every position, they got a pretty good team. Yeah. So.
I think the reason why I gave them a B and not an A is because they still have similar players, like especially their core offense, running backs, and wide receivers. And for some reason, they still can't get over the hump. And so that's why I didn't give them an A, because I feel like an A team is someone who is basically going to the divisional round. And I don't think they're going to do that. So that's why they got a B for me. But they solid. They have what they need. I don't know what's the problem, but we'll see.
Yeah, I looked at it from just them as a team, but you're right.
Yeah.
It sucks that they're in this division because
they
ain't gonna win. They ain't winning. Nah.
They have the potential to, if you ask me, but they just not.
I blame Phillip Rivers. He cursed that team.
Oh wow.
Phillip Rivers, as we all know, was always a really good, a solid cornerstone quarterback for the Chargers, but they never could win out there. I think the team is cursed.
Oh, okay.
I think they're cursed.
All right, Chargers, don't beat us up now. Yeah. Okay, I can't disagree. I don't know about the curse thing, but I will say I don't know what's happening over there.
I don't either.
They should be better than what they are.
You would think. Like, we can go down a list of all their positional players and
they have top A1 players.
They have some good players. Yeah. You know, I'm talking really, really good players that would be starters on other teams. But it's just like they don't. And I'm not even just saying from the division standpoint, you know, because they do play some tough teams in our division, but they just.
I guess they're kind of like the Bengals. I mean, don't get me wrong. They're not equal to the Bengals. I'm not trying to say they're not equal to the Bengals, but they have the same type of curse of like they have good players, they have a whipstick, they have a good quarterback, but they just can't get over the hump. There's just other teams that's just a little way too better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, moving along to the one, the only Denver Broncos.
No, we ain't got it. You ain't got to give us an intro like that.
I'm going to be nice.
Team, don't be extra.
I'm trying to be extra and nice because what I'm going to say about them, you're not going to like.
I know. That's why I said bring it.
We're going to start with you. What did you give them?
Of course, I gave my team a B+. I gave them a B+. And I'm going to go ahead on a limb. Mm-hmm. Whenever you spend the first round pick for a coach, they better be good.
Yeah. Because you're right about that one.
Sean Payton is a B by himself. I think he can go in there and turn his organization around. I think we had good players already. And honestly, the key of this, Russell Wilson. I think he goes in there and he turns Russell Wilson around. He gets him.
Okay. He needs to. Someone needs to. But I think he's going to get him right. Going to get the players around him to work around Russell. I think the defense is already top 5. Yeah.
The defense is already top 5. But I do
always had a good defense.
I think this is our year. This is our year to prove that.
You say this every year, y'all. This is our year.
You see what I go through with this? You see? That's why I get agitated.
All right.
She gives my Bronco a hard time.
I'm just being honest, man. I'm just being honest. I gave him a C.
You see what I'm saying?
At best. You want to know why?
Why? Honey, why?
Questionable quarterback, right?
Is it?
Questionable quarterback because you have a quarterback who's a veteran who came in last season who was supposed to just do great, right? But no, we're blaming it on the coach. Okay, I give you that. Blame it on the coach. But he's still a veteran. So when you're a veteran quarterback, you need to know how to not make minor mistakes that you were making. Like not getting the snap off. Like what? What are you talking about? Not making some of your throws? Even if it's the play. Like he had time. He's had time on some of those plays to make his throw and he was inaccurate. So okay, maybe you're saying the coach and all that got them all discombobulated. Okay, cool. So that's why I'm saying questionable. I'm not saying trash. I'm not saying bench him. I'm saying questionable. Because what we saw last year as a veteran quarterback, someone like Russell, who just came from Seattle, who also went to the Super Bowl, all that should not play that bad no matter who your coach is. But I'm going to give him questionable because he has history of being a great quarterback.
Touche.
Okay? However, your team is also not that developed. You got wide receivers that, to me, are trash. Jerry Jeudy is trash. He drops balls.
No, go ahead.
He drops balls. He hardly is even open, to be honest. And when he is open, he might make one good play every 3 games. I don't think you need him. You know what? Let me be nicer. He's not trash, but he's not a great wide receiver. All you really have is Patrick, and even then, all them boys be getting hurt so fast. It's like they never really can play consistently in the whole season. And so I don't really think you have someone explosive as a wide receiver. Yes, you have a good running back, so that's what gave him the C. You got a good running back now, which is really mediocre. He come from the Bengals, so I think he's like a secondary running back. When I say secondary, not like he needs to be second. I mean secondary as in secondary in your offense. So, and Samaje Perine, I always say his name wrong, Perine. He's good. I liked him. I like him in Bengals, and I think he's going to do good because that's what you need with with Russell. If he's the offense going through Russell, you need that. But other than that, other than the coach and a good defense, and then, don't let me forget that you also had an offensive last season who couldn't score points, so we needed a kicker, right? You needed a kicker in those games to make it. You guys go out there and get the kicker who freaking choked you last year.
I hate that we left.
Mayor?
I hate that we let McManus go. That is huge. That's
to
huge.
Get Mayor? I don't even know if I'm saying his name right, but he stinks. Come from the Cowboys, missing all his kicks.
That is true. That is true.
The one that got them out of the freaking divisional round.
I think he kicks better out here in
you better hope so.
Usually kickers come out here and get good success playing for Denver. So We just got to see. We got to wait and see. You know, I can't sit
the
here
report card
and
is looking
harbor
bad.
that I know you're going in, and I know we had a horrible season. Hence, that's why the comments were made.
Mm-hmm.
But we
y'all blame it on the coach, which is okay. We'll give you that.
We're gonna see. We're gonna see. That coach didn't have a track record, but this coach here has a good resume. You know.
What do you think that he can do? What will be way more beneficial for the team that Sean Payton's bringing in that the last coach didn't?
Discipline.
Okay.
That if you notice every good team in the league, the coach stands on discipline. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can have fun, you can joke, you can, but it's discipline.
Yeah.
I think that the other coach that left, Nathaniel Crockett, great man, but I think he's more of a player's player. Like he's more of a player's coach. He's more too lax.
Yeah. Okay.
So with him being too lax, a lot of stuff wasn't dealt with like it needed to be dealt with.
Yeah.
Sean Payton came in there. This is how it's going to be or
Yeah.
not. The first thing he did was kick Russell Wilson out of his office, which I thought that was just blasphemous.
What? I didn't hear about this.
Russell Wilson had an office. That was part of his little plan to come. He had his own office.
Whoa.
Exactly. What player you know has his own office?
No.
First thing,
well,
and he had his own coach come here to coach to personal train to Russell. Something like that. Sean Payton shut that down. You're not having that. You're not going to have an office. You're a player. You're not a coach. So you get your butt and come out and play. That was one thing. That's why already. 2, Sean Payton, he's not a player. He's not a coach to be like, oh, I may do this. I'm not going to do it. We may do this. We may not. We're going to do it this way. We're going to do it like this. That's why he had success with the Saints. Like, people forget when he coached with the Saints.
He also had Drew Brees.
He did have Drew Brees, but who made Drew Brees? I'm not saying Drew Brees was a bad quarterback, Hall of Fame quarterback. He is. But you also got to give credit to that coach because Drew Brees is good, but he also is undersized. Kind of like Russell. But Sean Payton made a lot of those players on the map and made a lot of players better and utilized his players better than people give him credit for. Like, he had receivers there that you didn't know about. Like Michael Thomas. He discovered Michael Thomas. Like, Michael Thomas is a good receiver, which he going to prove this year, but...
Yeah. If you don't get hurt.
If you don't get hurt. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like even the Swiss Army knife, you know? He discovered that man. What's his name?
I don't even know.
The Swiss Army knife. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Man.
I don't,
boy
actually.
From the Saints, man. Number 7.
What's
yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Kamara?
No, the quarterback tight end dude.
It started with an H or a J, something like that. I forget.
Y'all know who I'm talking about. The Swiss Army, number 7. Anyway, but he discovered him. Sean Payton. You know,
well, you know what? The funny thing is, the fact that you're saying this also just shifted my opinion a little bit. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Sean Payton. I don't think a quarterback should have to have their own office, but I think that what he's doing, coming in saying, nope, you're not gonna have this. No, you're not gonna do this. This is how this gonna be. And then also the comments you made about how horrible the coach was last year. You feeling yourself really well, so you better come out and be a championship team because you real cocky right now, real feeling yourself, real like I'm the king, and you're not the one out there getting hit. Okay. So calm down a little bit. I give you your respect. Okay. You know, I give you your respect, but I don't know. I starting like all the stuff that I've been hearing about Sean Payton is starting to build up in my mind a cocky coach. And I'm not saying you don't need to have a good coach, a coach that, you know, that's, you know, responsible. Because I also think that Russell Wilson, you come from Pete Carroll. So you come from a coach who's a veteran coach who knows what he's doing, who really can control his team. And so I think that's what Russell needs. You know, like you said, you had a coach before who really kind of needed Russell to step up and be that leader, that secondary coach. And he's not like that. He's not like Tom Brady. He's not like Aaron Rodgers. He's not really like that. He don't do that. He plays a system that you are providing for him. Yeah. And that's why he was so successful with Pete Carroll. So I think it is going to work with Sean Payton. However, I just hope that they don't start, you know, feeling itself a little bit too much to where it's like, okay.
It's going to be an interesting year. Coming from a fan, I think we just got to find our identity on offense. I think defense is pretty solid. Defense was definitely good enough to keep us in any game. And
team camaraderie, because I feel like it's real sticky over there. Like,
but that's the thing. That's why I think those comments he knew it was out of character.
I think they cap it. They're trying to say that they good now, but when I saw the interview, I forget what that guy was saying. It didn't sound very convincing. I think it's cap.
Yes, but I think it's all kind of a mind game. I feel comments like that are only going to get things fired up. So now, if you notice, already, just the ravings, there's even talking, like raving, not raving.
Yeah,
the raving
and Sean Payton.
Everybody wants to see this Week 5 game when we play the Jets.
Well, because actually, Sean Payton, and, I keep going back and forth about him, but Sean Payton actually did a good thing. I don't respect it because I feel like you don't need to do that to get your team on the map. Just go out there and win. True. But what he's doing is getting everybody to put their focus back on the Denver Broncos.
Right. Which is
because now we're talking about
strategy. We are you're talking about it. You're talking about the team now. You know? I agree. That's why he did that.
Yeah, but they still get a C in my book. So I mean, all that stuff is questionable. Everyone's report card over there has an I, except for the wide receivers. They have an F. The running back has a B. The quarterback has an incomplete because we don't know what we're going to see. And the coach.
People, by mid-season should change that.
Hey, I actually want to.
Mid-season should change that opinion.
Well, remember, I do like the team because my husband likes the team. But I'm also, like I said, I'm a commentator. So I'm going to be real, okay? It's not going to be biased. All right. So who we have next? The one, the only, the Super Bowl champs, the Kansas City.
You go.
Okay.
You go ahead, because I'm very, very, very passionate when it comes to them.
So, we know they're a great team. Okay? We know they're a Super Bowl winning team. But I don't really know how, other than Mahomes and Kelsey and their coach. Everybody else on the team is expendable. I think it's amazing how well Mahomes, Kelsey, and their coach make that team look. Because it's not the wide receivers. It's not the running back. All of them mediocre at best. You hear me?
At best.
And that's why their team gets a B+ for me. Yeah. I do still think they're the number one team in that division, but they should be an A because you win the Super Bowl. But I just don't understand. They don't have no explosive wide receiver, no explosive running backs. I'm not sold, and I said this when I talked about Mahomes on the quarterback video. I'm not too sure how it's getting done, but I don't really like their offense other than Kelsey and Mahomes. So I don't know, and they don't seem to, but they clearly don't seem to need it as much. So I guess that's why they don't ever invest in it. I don't never see they actually give away more good players than they actually take.
That's true.
It's crazy, but so that's why they got a B+. They got a B+ with me.
That's true.
What are you thinking?
I gave him a B.
Okay.
Because I'm seeing history repeat itself.
Mm-hmm.
The last time we seen this duo of quarterback and coach and tight end, they was for a team called the Patriots.
It is. And maybe that's supposed to be all you need, huh? Wow.
And
good point.
And I'm seeing that what they have, and like you said, other players are expendable, but you never hear them names right there on the chopping block.
That's true.
But you always be like, well, they dropped that receiver. Dang, they lost that receiver.
Yeah.
But dang, they picked up this. They could put him in there and look how good they can be. They lost Cheetah. But look, they won a Super Bowl next year. So I'm starting to, and yes, it hurts my heart because they are in my division. And we haven't beat them since, 2015, I believe.
Woo! Oh.
But we come close. We had some good games with them, but we just can't get over that hump. I'm not taking nothing from greatness. I will say Mahomes and that Andy Reid and that Kelsey, they're great. They're great.
That's the big three. It
sucks because, goodness, you mean to tell me you can't stop two people on offense and a coach?
They can't.
But
they can't.
It's always going to be tough. And I gave him a B. I think I said that, but I gave him a B solely because them two. Now, I'm not going to knock the other players, knock them to where they think they're trash, because other players are good. I do like the little running back, Pacheco. No receivers. Who would have receiver? They got Tony.
I mean, the little Valdez, Scantling.
Yeah, these are people who were washed up on other teams.
I know. But I know we hear.
I'm sorry. Ooh, babe, we can't. I don't mean to we were talking the most about offense. Now, defense, I can't knock Chris Jones. He's a defensive
yeah,
tackle.
yeah.
Chris Jones is definitely probably the top 3 defensive tackle in the game. But that's it. Like I mean,
it doesn't even matter. It's no shade to Kansas City because they win. We're just trying to figure out how.
Yes.
We know you got a great quarterback. Yes. We know you have a great tight end. We know you have a good coach.
And you have good defense to keep you in the game. But I guess that's the big 3
that you need.
You're right.
You made a great point about Tom Brady, Belichick, and Gronk.
Yeah. And think about what happened.
That was the last big 3 duo.
The big 3.
Like that.
How many they won? What, 5, 6 or something like that? And then guess what happened? Brady left. Went to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And guess who he brought with him?
Gronk.
And guess what they do when they had Gronk?
They won.
And a lot of people forget they had a great coach when they won.
Yeah.
They had a great coach.
Interesting people.
So that might be, we might be onto something. That might be the solution on how you win a Super Bowl. People.
Okay, well then it won't be. Then we won't be seeing the Broncos win. They don't have no tight end. You got 2 out of 3 is not bad.
Started somewhere.
2 out of 3 not bad. You get us.
We all started somewhere.
That means we need to get a good tight end, and then the Broncos maybe they'll get there.
I think it's his second year. But you're right.
I don't like him, but it's cool. It's cool. So rate them from 1 to 4.
And unbiased, if I had to go if I go by team grade and just a schedule, and of course I'm have to.
Well, also when you do your 1 to 4, make sure because my 1 to 4, even though I graded some people like A or B or C or D, I also think some people that might be in a lower grade might still beat them. Okay.
I'm with you. That's what I'm coming with. Kansas City is number 1 for me.
Okay.
They're going to be number 1.
I'm same there.
And solely because they're there. I was there.
Same.
2 for me. I think this year, Broncos. If it wasn't for Sean Payton, I would have said the Chargers. I would have been unbiased and said the Chargers. But I'm going to say the Broncos, number 2.
Split. This is where we split.
What are you going to say?
Definitely not the Broncos. The Chargers.
Come on, man.
You can't tell me that the second team in this division is the Broncos. Well, you know what? You can't tell me.
The second team is the Broncos?
You can tell me. Let me see. You know what? Maybe my opinion might change, but I don't know, man.
Coaching goes far, man.
It does.
We're about to see coach and quarterback.
Okay.
New era.
Let's see. So I gave number 2 to Chargers.
You better hope. You gave number 3 at least to us.
So, okay, here's the thing.
Oh, my God.
Broncos are number 3 by default. Because Raiders lost Josh Jacobs. If Raiders keep Josh Jacobs, they're number 3.
You're thinking.
But if the Raiders let go of Josh Jacobs, they're number 4.
So, Chargers number 3 for me, and Raiders number 4. But it's all our opinion, and
our opinion.
But
I don't know. I think
I just don't see. I don't. You saying that these Chargers out there? Yes, they got a good team, but they just. What I tell you, you gotta have a good coach.
Yeah, but the reason why I feel like the Chargers are better than the Broncos is because they have a better offense.
They have a better defense in their offense.
They have a better quarterback. They have a better running back. They have a better wide receiver.
Don't let us go back and forth. They do not have a better quarterback. He hasn't won nothing.
Okay. But at least he's not missing snaps. You can't just so you going off of past feelings.
When he had a good coach, you said it yourself. When he had Pete Carroll, he was what?
He was good.
He was good.
But you don't
he
have
had a gap.
No more.
He don't. But who he got now? Sean Payton.
And let me
what?
see it
and
first.
Sean Payton's what?
Let me see it.
A good coach.
Okay,
You'll
let
see,
me
man.
see.
I cannot wait.
I don't know, man. I guess I
cannot wait till this season because a lot of people's minds are going to be changed.
Mine. I want my mind to be changed.
I want yours to be changed.
But they let me down.
I sure hate for you.
So bad.
I had to beat you up a little bit because you over there talking about Broncos ain't doing I told you. I told you.
I'm gonna try not to do that.
You're gonna do it. It's inevitable for you to not do that. You're gonna do that.
Well, people. It's just that I was on board. You hear me? I was on board last year. Y'all know I was on board. And what I saw last year, you can say it was the coach. You can say that. And I agree. Plays were trash. But the players were too. Like, come on. Come on.
Have a valid point.
I'm not knocking that they can be better this year. Anybody can be better this year. But I'm not putting my eggs in Bronco basket like I did last year.
But this is how a coach can come in there and change things. You said it yourself. Coaching may be one of the most important things of it all. Mm-hmm. A coach can come in there and take players who did trash one year
that's true.
And change them and do real good this year.
Okay, that's true.
Let's take Dan Campbell. I believe Dan Campbell for the Lions. Lions were trash for a long time, but just last year they missed it by a game. And actually, we're going to talk about that later, but Dabble. What is his name? I'm so bad on names, guys, with these coaches. For the Giants. The Giants went to the playoffs last year.
Yeah.
With that team.
Yeah.
Because of what? A coach, and that was his first season.
Yeah.
Now, I agree with you. We have to see it. We can talk about it.
And I agree, but
we can talk about
the difference is with those teams that you've said, the people weren't. It wasn't like trash.
I don't think the Broncos people are trash. I don't think they're trash.
I don't think they're trash, but they played like trash last year.
And I think because it's just the culture, they lost respect. And
they
lost respect for the team. They lost respect for the quarterback. It was times where they was getting off on Russell. And I just think when you don't have that, you don't have that fight. You don't have that, why play hard when we know we're going to lose? It's that mentality.
Okay.
And I think now
so.
with that mentality change, and that's why he put him on the map with the comments. And he's always in the headlines because he's changing that culture.
Okay, I hope so.
Broncos country.
And on that note, I think this concludes.
It, y'all.
The end of our rankings for the AFC West. Until next time, peace.